What's up, YouTube? Alright, so Danny here, Gaines channel. Alright, so I'm in Orlando right now. I'm at that symposium I was talking about last night on my videos. This is just another one of those many videos. So I learned something new today already. Just started the day. But big thing I learned was about IRAs and retirement accounts. So number one thing you need to know that all IRAs are pretty much the same. There's no tax on the growth of the IRA. The only difference between the Roth and traditional is like when you do get taxed on either the distribution of the money coming to you or the money you're getting paid, whatever, you get taxed on that, and then you can put it into the IRA and it grows tax free. But you can put it in tax free. Then when you take it out, you can get pay taxes on the distributions. Traditional, but whatever. That's not the big thing we learned. The big thing we learned was how a lot of people have like traditional accounts like 401ks, 403bs, etc. And they put a bunch of money in there, and it's growing a little bit, here and there. But in mutual funds, huge. People do mutual funds all the time. But the problem with that is the people managing those funds are making more money on your money than you're making on your money. Does that not sound a little crooked? So that's kind of the issue with mutual funds and the way the retirement that's the retirement crisis in America, honestly, right now, is people just don't know what's going on with their retirement, and they probably don't even know how much they have in their account half the time. So the big thing you want to do is invest in a self-directed IRA. So take your money, whether it's a former employer or former employer's 401k, or just money you're putting into your own IRA. You put it in there, and you want to invest in things that make you actual cash flow, actual money. So like, for example, you could buy a rental property with your IRA. And if you do that, say you buy a house for $50,000. Now, if you learn more about real estate, you can do the right thing, like really do the right things with buying properties. But if you can just buy a property that can definitely get you cash flow, say you can make $800 a month from that property. Your IRA buys the property, and you can bank that cash flow every month into your IRA, and that cash flow can pay for your next property, and it grows and grows and grows. And then guess what the bonus is? The appreciation value of the property. Over time, real estate goes up. Okay, yeah, there was a crash in 2008. Great. I talked last night about how, what's going on with the market, and if and when the next crash could happen and what the implications would be. Watch the other video if you're interested to hear a little bit more about that, and I'll post more later. But the big thing is that real estate properties are a huge and great investment for an IRA account. Obviously, diversification isn't necessarily meaning buy a whole bunch of different stocks. It's have a whole bunch of different types of investments. So stock market, great. If you know some great stocks or can do some option strategies with your IRA, that would be awesome. However, if you want to diversify different income streams within your IRA, real estate's another great strategy. So you can also do hard money lending. You can do lots of things from your IRA, and all that's going all back into your retirement account and growing tax free. So it's a great way to make long-term wealth. The last little gold nugget I want to leave you with for an IRA is you cannot save enough money to be wealthy. You can't do it. You can't live long enough to do it. He gave us a statistic today, but I think I'm spitballing numbers here, but if look it up, do the math, but if you could save $800 a month every month to have roughly 1.5 million or whatever by the time you want to retire, you would, and getting a marginal return, kind of like mutual funds would give you, very small return actually. I could go on a rant about the fees and stuff that they charge you, but back to my point is if you did that, and to have enough to retire on, which to people would be surprised if they had to have a set amount when they want to retire, it'd probably be closer to about $3 million, because that money has to last them throughout their retirement and however long they're going to live, or if they want to leave anything for their family. If they wanted that amount, they'd have to start at least 4 or 5 years before they're born just to save enough. Well, yeah, I don't know any negative 4-year-olds, that haven't even been conceived yet that are saving $800 a month. So you have to let your money work for you. It has to grow on its own. And I'm sorry, traditional mutual funds or traditional 401ks that are run by companies like Fidelity and Charles Schwab, whatever, yeah, they're great companies, and there's nothing wrong with them, but they're making a shit ton of money on your money. Just want you to know that. So, self-direct your IRA and do the things that you think are best for it. Now, I'm not a professional, I'm not a tax person, I can't give you any legal advice, but this is just me giving you education on what I've learned. So I want to let that be as my disclaimer. Don't take this as any legal advice whatsoever. I'm not qualified to say any of this, but honestly, do your own research, get some education, and you'll do way better. And I'm really, really happy I'm starting this young. People have started this when they're 50, 45, 50, 60 years old, and it still helps them. I'm 24 years old. This is awesome. But do I wish I would have started when I was 18? Hell yeah. You can buy real estate when you're 18 years old. You can buy real estate pretty much whenever. It just, now I know, right? So the more you learn, the more you earn. I don't mean getting a bigger job. Not that jobs are bad. I'm just saying, you need to know how to get your money to work for you. All right, well, that's it. That's all I'm going to leave you with today. Like, subscribe, Gaines channel.